Wake up and smell the coffee, Mr. LaRusso.
Extreme situations require extreme measures.
Yo guys, back to Cobra Kai Karate. Come back to a brand new video. And guys, today we are starting a series of what I think is going to happen in the rest of Cobra Kai from part 2 to part 3. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a video of me going episode by episode from episode 6 to 15 every week. I'm going to try every Monday, and basically what we're going to do is just say basically scene by scene of what I think is going to happen for the rest of the show. And I do have it saving Cobra Kai inside, or saving the season inside the title. That's because you guys know me, I've not been the biggest part of this part. I feel like they're setting up a lot of stuff that makes zero sense. But that's just my opinion. So for me, this is what I would do to try to get it back on track and make it make sense and make the season better. So this episode is called Enemy of an Enemy, and that is confirmed, but that actually is the real title name of the episode. And yeah, right before I start, I want to say this whole episode is basically a prequel of episode 5, but before they go to the Saikai Taikai. I mean, at least like after Tori walks out before the Saikai Taikai, because there's still a lot of explaining they need to do, because that was just a weird jump. So yeah, let's just get right into this. If you guys have any ideas for the next episodes, let me know in the comments down below, because I do not have episode 7 or any of the episodes written. And enough of all that Yapatron 299. Let's get right to this. Okay, so I think it starts off with Tori just screaming, "My mother died," and that whole scene right there. But I want to play that scene, but they don't show the whole Johnny and Daniel fight. It just shows Tori walking away. And then this is where we're going to start seeing new scenes. So we're going to see Tori walking away, crying, walking away from the dojo. Then we'll see Robbie go after her. I really like this idea because I don't like the idea of Robbie staying there, just getting his headband. Like, he just stays there and he doesn't go after her. So I feel like this will give more context that was after this. So Robbie goes after her, trying to talk to her, but she'll keep walking, not listening. And eventually Robbie will grab her hand and she'll stop and look at him. And then Robbie will say, "Look, I'm so sorry. I just want to know that we're all here for you." Tori will say, "You sure about that?" And Robbie will be like, "What do you mean?" And she'll say, "I don't belong here. I never did, and I never will. And I'm so sorry. It took me this to realize that." She starts to walk away. Then Robbie will say, "What about us together?" As you guys know, they made a whole promise about us being together. And she'll shake her head. She'll shake her head and say, "Sorry, Robbie, I just can't," and walk away. I'll show Robbie all by himself. Then we'll get the Cobra Kai logo. Then we'll see Daniel in his house, kind of in distress. This will be after the whole thing of Johnny. Amanda walks in. She'll say, "I called her 5 times, still nothing." Daniel says, "Yeah, it might just be best to give her some space." Amanda will say, "You all right?" Then Daniel will say, "I failed these students. I teach how I want, and that's all about me. And I make it all about me. But that's not what Miyagi would want." And then you'll say, "If Johnny would stop being such an asshole and egging her on, she would not be gone by now. But I get looked at as the bad sensei." Then I think Amanda will get really mad at this. She'll say, "Hey, her mother just died, and you're over here taking points on who's a better sensei?" Daniel will be like, "It's not that." Amanda will say, "Then what is it?" "What, you lost student? Who cares? Who cares about the stupid Saikai Taikai? Would Miyagi even want, or did he even care for trophies or any of it?" Daniel will say, "At this point, I don't even know." But then Amanda will say, "Look, I understand you want to go there and beat and win it all and build up the students, but the way you and Johnny are acting are just bringing them down. Both of you are." Then she'll walk away. Then we'll see Tori talking to the police and her living situation and all that stuff with her brother. As maybe he'll say her brother goes to foster care, or I don't think they'll go to her aunt. Basically, she'll be at the apartment living by herself. Since I do believe she's 18 now, I'm not exactly sure. I know it's their senior year, so I'm not sure. But as she's sitting down, she starts having flashbacks of Kreese helping her, and basically Kreese being a father figure for her, about him coming to her house, and then the flashback of him saying when push comes to shove that you're not going to belong there. Then we'll see her start crying in her house, and then we'll see Kreese in the background of the shadows, just watching, and he will just be watching from the back, and I want him to look really sad, I'll have a tear in his eyes, and then he'll just walk away. Then we'll see all the students back in the dojo. We'll see some of the students talking about what happened, about Robbie saying "Yeah, I tried to talk to her, she doesn't really want to talk," and basically some of the students just talking. Then we'll see Johnny pull up and Daniel will be there, and then Daniel will go up to talk to Johnny. He'll say, "Hey, look, Johnny, I'm really sorry, man. I know me and you say this time and time again, and you probably will say it again time and time again. But it's not about us being friends. It's about us being there for the students and respecting each other and teaching methods that make our students better." Johnny will shake his head and he said, "It's all good, man. and I'm sorry for what I said about Miyagi. Daniel will say, it's okay, no one's perfect, it's just been hard to accept that since he was a father figure to me. Daniel will say, and then yeah, I'm sorry for hitting you in the face. Johnny will be like, don't be sorry for that, I didn't even feel that. They'll both start laughing and they'll go in, and this is where we're going to see the scene of them giving the headbands for the Sekai Taikai. And then obviously we'll see Daniel find out about the whole Miyagi being in the Sekai Taikai and all that stuff. Then we'll see Tori all alone in her apartment looking at her trophy, and then she'll hear a knock on her door, and she'll open it, and it'll be Kreese. Tori will say, what do you want? Kreese will say, I heard what happened, I just came here to talk to you. Tori will say, listen, if this is some lecture about me getting Cobra Kai, then just leave. Kreese will say, no, it's not that, please. She'll let him in, she'll go sit on the couch, not really making eye contact, but just kind of like ignoring him. And then Kreese will say, I'm sorry for your loss. Tori will be like, yeah, like that matters anyway. Kreese will say, you know, when my mother died, when I was just a kid, it broke me. And I want to see him almost bond about it, about how his mother died, because obviously that was really tragic of his life. Then he'll say, but you use the broken pieces to build yourself up to something stronger. Tori will say, I don't want to be stronger, I want to be done of all of it. Kreese will say, Daniel or Johnny, has he talked to you? Tori's gonna shake her head no and say, I haven't heard from them at all. And I want to see a scene of Kreese looking a bit disappointed, like almost disappointed in Johnny and Daniel. I don't want him to like be like, oh, of course. I want to be actually almost disappointed. And obviously they're not talking to her because they want to give her some time. But I feel like in Kreese's side, that's gonna be like kind of neglecting her. And I want him to be more disappointed than more like, you know, look at them. Then we'll see Kreese sit down. He'll say, listen, the best way to deal with pain is not giving up and surrendering to the pain. Miyagi-Do, you know you don't belong there. It has nothing to do with the karate, it's the way of living. They don't understand what real pain is like you do. You need to take that pain and turn to something that matters and give it purpose. That trophy right there is probably just some cheap metal, but it's not, but it matters to you. Tori will say, that trophy never mattered anything to me. I was cheated, not earned. It's all I wanted, to know I was good at something. Kreese will say, and you can, at the Sekai Taikai, fighting for what's good. Tori will say, good? Cobra Kai? What, do you want me to join Cobra Kai and fight them? You think Cobra Kai is good? You know what they did to me? You know what Kim did to me? She forced me to a dojo, not allowing me to leave, and have me punch a stone until my hand was broke. And this will be the first time Kreese hears about that. He'll say, Kim did that? Almost kind of shocked about it, and some sympathy for it too. Then she'll say, yeah, I may not belong there, but I definitely do not belong there either. Kreese will say, someday, some point, you need to choose, friends or enemies. There's no in between. If you try to do both, then one day, he'll kill you. Tori will say, so what, Miyagi-Do is my enemy now? Kreese will say, are they your friends? Tori stops and sinks, and she'll try to answer friends, but I don't think she'll feel it in her heart. And then she'll say, just because they're not my friends does not mean they're my enemy. Kreese will say, oh yes they are. Then he'll say, in Vietnam, but then Tori will stop him and say that the whole world's not Vietnam. He'll say, I know you went through bad stuff, and I know you teach these things, I know you think it's helping people, but it's harming them, and you're too blind to see it by your past. Kreese will stop and think about this for a long time, and I want him to actually see a scene where he's really considering what he says, but then at the last minute he'll shake his head and stand up, and then he'll give her a Cobra Kai key, and he says, 8 a.m. tomorrow we leave for the Sekai Taikai. The choice is yours. All I want is what's best for you. Then he'll walk away. Then we'll see Johnny at the home with Carmen, and he'll be talking about the whole thing with the whole Miyagi-Do stuff. And I want this scene to almost be like, I want to see Carmen actually get mad at Johnny a bit. He's gonna say, I found out about your whole thing at the dealership and how you quit. And then Johnny was like, yeah, I was dealing with some things, and Daniel made me mad, and he was being a prick and whatnot. I want man to say, you got that job to get us a house. You know what I mean? Like this, you got to get forward progress in the job to get us a house, and you threw that away over a fight with Daniel. And then Johnny would be like, listen, it's a bit different than that. But then I wanted to actually get mad. I don't think we've ever seen. We have seen her get mad at Johnny before, obviously season 2, but in recent seasons, she's just more been like a green, kind of just been pretty neutral. I want to see her kind of flip a bit, and get really mad at him, and be like, you're gonna leave me here in this terrible house as I'm pregnant, leave for a month or whatnot to a different country, and you put in the work to get a job, and you throw that away over an argument with Daniel. And she'll say, you being a sensei is not making you a better person or your sons and your soon-to-be daughter. This is gonna affect Johnny a lot. I think it's gonna affect him so much where he's gonna come into the dojo the next day and he'll be like, listen, Dan, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this like a Taikai. Like, he'd be like, I never really cared for the trophies. I never cared for the glory or honor. I only came here and fought to try to teach kids the right way. And me and you trying to do this together is not teaching them anything. It's not making them a better student or me a better person. But as he's saying this, almost giving up the Psycho Taikai, I want to see Sam come in like you guys gotta see this. Oh yeah, sorry, one last thing. Before that happens, I do want to see like Johnny say like, what about Chosen? Chosen can teach you. Then I want to hear Daniel say, Chosen went to Okinawa, and he'll basically explain all that and say all that. Because I don't like how they never mention like that he went. You just see him go to his phone to Okinawa. Like, look at Okinawa like playing, and then they just never mention him one more time. It's a little bit weird. So I just want that throwaway line, please. But anyway, Sam comes out. She says, you guys have to come see this. They'll both come out, and then we'll see Johnny, Daniel, like all the students watching TV, and it'll basically be the TV, like the news, saying how Carice is like turned himself in, which he didn't really turn himself in. Basically what's going to happen is like he has some connections to somebody, and he's going to basically turn himself in, and he's going to be on TV, like an interview almost, giving like a sob story, basically saying like, oh, Silver framed me, and then I started having PTSD from my time from war, and he just wants to be like a good person. You know what Chris will say. And then at the end, I want him to say like, I'm going to take the talents, I'm going to bring Cobra Kai to the Saikai Taikai to give what Cobra Kai was supposed to be, and gave it the opportunity to give it to every single kid around the world. And as Daniel and Johnny are watching this, Daniel is going to look at Johnny. Johnny have like his fist, he'd be really mad. He's going to look at Daniel, and they're both going to shake their head like, yeah, we're doing this Saikai Taikai now. And that will explain on how he's in the Saikai Taikai, because a lot of people are saying, wait, how is Carice in the Saikai Taikai? He's a wanted man. And also, when Daniel and Johnny looked at him, they did not look that shocked, like, oh, wait, that's Carice. They didn't even look like they cared. So I feel like this will make a lot more sense. And then they will come out, and they will talk to all the students about the Saikai Taikai and how we got to take down Cobra Kai. You know the speech. Daniel will come up with a good speech. You know I'll go. And then it'll be the night before they leave, and then we'll see Robbie go to Tori's house, try to talk to her again about how he's leaving tomorrow. And when he goes there, there's going to be a note there. And he'll basically say like, Dear Robbie, I know you're going to come back here and try to talk to me and try to get me back in the dojo. And I appreciate you and I love you. But I'm going down a different road which does not belong with you. This note will basically explain about like how she needs to go find herself. And she's going down a road where she loves Robbie, but like it doesn't include Robbie. And she's basically saying like, she's going down such a dark path. I don't want to bring you with me. And it will basically be like a breakup note, and I think Robbie will be really sad and just put it down. And then she'll basically say like, whenever we see it again, just know I love you, or something like that. Then we'll see Kim and Carice in the airplane ready to leave, and Carice will just be sitting there waiting. Kim will be like, listen, we gotta go. He'll be like, just wait. And then we'll see Tori walking up. She'll walk up to the plane, and then she'll look at Kim right in her eyes, and then she won't say nothing. She'll just walk back in. And then Carice will put up a little smirk, and then he'll go in the plane, and then we'll get them flying to, I think it's Spain. Is that where they're going? Spain? And then we'll get the end of season 6 of them all walking out, then the whole Tori stuff happening, and then right when Carice says, let the games begin, we're going to get the end of the episode, but it's not that. Then right when he says that, Terry Silver walks out in a full suit, and he'll basically be like an endorser there saying like whatever. I don't know if he'll even say anything. He'll just walk out, and I think Carice and Johnny Dan will look at each other. I'll be shocked, and then that's how the episode ends. And don't worry, I'm gonna explain that next episode. That's what I have for episode 6, Enemy of an Enemy. I know it's like a whole like prequel to like what happened. He's like, wait, why are we starting off part 6 explaining the end? Like, when did they just explain that before they had that final scene? Yes, that's why I do not like part 1. That jump is so bad, but as ridiculous as it seems to have like a whole episode of a prequel of like the ending of 1, I'd rather have that than that stupid time jump where we don't see Robbie try to talk to Tori, we don't see anything else, and it's just like it makes a lot more sense for them to do it that way. They should have done it before they had that whole Tori and the whole Saiga Taikai, but like I said, they wanted a cliffhanger ending to get people the next episode, get people excited, and they just had to put that in. So as stupid as it sounds for that to be, I think it's the best way to do it to start fiction season. We got to go back, start fiction the past, and keep going forward. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think about this episode? And I don't have episode 7 written. I have ideas for episode 7. It's going to revolve a little bit around Silver, about like what he's been doing, how he's there. We're going to see some of the Saiga Taikai. That's basically what it's going to be. We'll see some stuff back at home, back in California. So that's basically what I'm planning. But I don't have it fully written. So if you guys have any ideas for the next episode, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about this, and I'll see you guys next time. Always remember, extreme situations require extreme measures, and I'll try to post one the next video. I'll try to post one the next Monday, or this Monday, or whatever. Peace out.